And this was just a post on /TG, and one of the people in my chat really likes TG, and so she totally posts stuff that's interesting in TG and related to things. So here we go. So I'm just gonna read it, and I've got some of these images. I think this has been archived. I'm not sure. I think this has been archived, however. So you should be able to find this, like most of these pics, if you want bigger versions. I've got a couple of them. But anyway, here we go. Is there any limit to what an orc can loot? Can orcs loot anything? Looted Golden Throne by JQ. And I do have this. The Looted Golden Throne. If you don't know about Warhammer, oh boy. You are in for some amazing time on the Lexicanum Wiki, learning about all of the Space Marine chapters and stuff like that. It's hard. It's sort of hard, grimdark, fantasy crossover sci-fi. It's really cool. It happens in the 40,000th century in the future. The universe is about to come, or the galaxy anyway, is about to come to an end. Blah blah. It's cool. Anyway, you won't get this if you don't know about all of that. But it has orcs, which is awesome, and then it has like space elves, basically, but they're not called space elves. They're actually just a race of alien, and they don't look nothing like elves. They're a little like elves, though. I mean, just their behavior, you know. And then there are basically you know, there are these robot zombies, and I mean, it's just so much fun. So, anyway, moving on. Looted orc Santa Claus sleigh. Could orcs loot Tyranids? What if I loot your contraction mom? Smiley winky face. Looted Tyranid, which I have. Orcs can loot Tyranids, you guys. Actual rules. I don't know or care. Cool rule. Anything you can model is fair game. Reply. Your star, because it's not a contraction of you are. Whoa, dude, I was trying to shitpost ironically here, and you go around correcting me? Rude. Reply. Shitposting is never ironic. It's just shit. And if you had been a stupid 12-year-old, now you'd be better at grammar. Reply. Whatever, nerd. Winky smiley with a nose. Disgusted Japanese girl picture. Green text. Using emoticons. Green text. Putting noses on emoticons. Everyone has been putting their noses on emoticons since Facebook became a thing. Are you a nerd or something? Did you use the internet before that? Reply. Nerd. Nigga. Do you even know where you at? Warhammer 40k related picture. Welp, it was a good thread while it lasted. We are sorry if you were a total faggot and didn't know how to use this funny magical thing called computer. But don't rant and rave because we like fictional things. Reply. So easy. Nonsensical smiley with an asterisk for a nose. More looted Tyranids. Picture of Tau Commander. Tau Battlesuit Commander. Replies. Gentlemen, let us not fall for trolls. There is no reason we cannot still have a civilized discussion. More looted Tyranids. Looted various things. Looted monolith. As far as I know, orcs can loot just about anything and change it to fit their needs. Probably even the most petty/useless stuff. For instance, a looted gumball machine would be a gubbins machine. Looted Baneblade. Looted Defiler. Looted Gundam. That's a looted Nightbringer, or an orc Nightbringer. This thread makes me so happy, and that's a picture of an ultramarine being really happy and staying up too late on the internet, like I'm doing right now. More pictures of orc Nightbringer. Could orcs loot love? Orc replying. Sounds like a challenge. Reply. Quit your mucking about and get to looting. Reply. Ha! I gotta see that. So, You can't loot love. What a loser. I wonder if there are Edit. I wonder if there are any images of an Orky Deldar raider. Reply. They could loot a mind control device. Reply. Green text. Love can boom. I wasn't always a big stompy shooty flash war boss. We's all storeholders, just another boy goes to fucking smash our ways to the top. Now back when I was a boy we had us some games to pass the time between wars. Me favourite was Can You Loot It? 'Cause I was the best at it, and I still am. So don't yous be getting any ideas. Anyways, me turn comes up after raid on this spotty pansy camp, and they says I got to loot an emotion. Now I knew that wasn't fair, but I was not letting no smug git say I couldn't loot something. We captured a few to Eldar for fun, so I goes up to a cage late at night and says me this flash-looking girl with hair so black you could knew she was dead killy. She looked up at me and says a whole lots of words that ain't fit for polite company. I just stood there and let her rant before I gives her a necklace. I made out with the teeth I smacked out of some stupid git. I worked hard on it too. Carved me some toothy grims on the teeth and some old boat rounds for clasps. I gave it to her and told her she was beautiful, turned, and I left. She said to wait, as I was, but I was mostly in it for the challenge. We used to test a new Stormboy rocket a few days later. She made a big boom. I still think of her sometimes. Now, back to looting. I ain't no Stormboy. Warlord, Flash Loot, Heartbreaker, Grimguts. Well, they can loot at least one member of the Earthcast. Reply. Cryface. Rest in peace, Eldar chick. Reply. Spin done. Image of said. Seen plenty of looted Fexes, but anyone find a looted Trigon, Tyrant, Tervigon, or Hybridule? Image post. She's not got the fangs or the daka, but this Humie's right proper orky. Picture of guy drinking soda, labeled science. Can an orc loot himself? Reply. As a side note, what the fuck is up with Carmen Sandiego? Like, I know everyone wants to find this bitch, but is it ever explained why? Is she a thief? A spy? Did she kill someone? Is she a celebrity hiding from the press? Does she really give good head? What? Reply. There was a war boss who, thanks to warp travel fucking with the flow of time, went back in time and shot himself in the face to have two of his favorite gun. His war imploded from confusion and time paradoxes. Reply. She stole monuments and famous works of art for shits and giggles, basically. Reply. Shit. Orcs can loot anything. There is nothing orky about Carmen Sandiego. She is neither loud, fighty, or fast. Edit. There's nothing orky about Carmen Sandiego. She's neither loud, fighty, or fast. She's just a sneaky git and has got more in common with a grot than any orc. Reply. Green text. Why have the orcs not gone back in time to loot the Brain Boys? Reply. They did. In doing so, they became the Brain Boys. Explains why the universe is in constant war, doesn't it? Reply. Because no one knows how to control how... Edit. Because nobody knows how to control how time flows in the warp, and going backwards is extremely rare. If orcs could weaponize time travel, though, they'd somehow loot the concept of time itself. Green text. Is there any limit to what an orc can loot? I don't think they can loot Eldar tech very well, but not for lack of trying, because I can imagine that they try to loot an Eldar vehicle, then they overload the engines and the whole machine goes Chernobyl on them. Reply. This is the single saddest story I have ever heard. Reply. Saved. Reply. Green text. Somehow loot the concept of time itself. I have an old Doctor Who TARDIS lying around here somewhere. I could loot it and make this a thing. The Time Boys / Time Orcs. Green text. Reply. Fund it. Headed by Boss Doctor. Picture of Terry Pratchett. I like where this thread is going. Picture of Monty Python or something. Look this, but with orcs. It might have been a Doctor Who picture actually. From one of the older generations. Not sure. I hit page up at some point. Okay. Reply. Oh god, and they're traveling through time-looting artifacts from famous bits of 40k's history. No spoilers on T. Like Abaddon's arms. Get the choppiest and shootiest of things. Link to Scrap Looters. Green text. Reply. Boss Daka. Not Mad Doc Timey-Wimes. The real question becomes, which doctor do we model Mad Doc Timey-Wimes after? 10th is the angriest. 11th is the most ADD. Since they started again, at least. I vote 10th. He was the ugliest of them all. Tenet, the ugliest of them all, right. But can they loot the sim and sugar swirls in every bite? Reply. I will not have this argument here. Suffice it to say, it would just make him more orky. With regards to Tenet, I believe. Reply. Take the signature article of clothing from each and every doctor. Either that or Timey-Wimes is the OG doc, and he has a bunch of grot attendants modeled after the other ones. Reply. Orcs aren't known for their dashing handsomeness. Reply. Green text. Grot's modeled on every incarnation, ruled by a gumpy, white-haired orc. Best end. Or maybe there's just 11 docs and everyone thinks they're the same person. Including them, because they are. Cyclical causality! Reply. 2 green, calloused thumbs up. Reply. Green text. Oi, who's this git? What you mean, who's this git? It's me, Timey-Wimes. No, you isn't. Timey-Wimes is different. Doesn't have a bloody scarf. You calling the scarf goofy? You's gonna get a screwdriver now. And then the orc was stabbed to death by a giant, rusty screwdriver. Reply. It's a sonic screwdriver. For an orc, that just means it's got Daka. Reply. That psychic field or whatever will make it do other stuff. It's got a light bulb or something, duct taped to the bottom of the handle. This thread made me love TG again. Let's hear it for the oncoming storm boys. What if each Timey-Wimes had a different screwdriver? So did the Time Boys find a phone booth that happens to be able to manipulate the warp and enable them to travel back in time? Reply. Looted from one Bill S. Preston, Esquire, and one Ted Theodore Logan. The pair were allegedly quoting... Edit. The pair were allegedly quoted as saying, most bogus as Mad Doc Timey-Wimes punched the keypad. Bumpin' for more Time Boys. Reply. What? Also, more. Can God make a rock so large that orcs can't loot it? Gork and Mork can. You've got to find a way to throw Doc Brown in. Green text. We've got to go back to the future. Reply. Carmen Sandiego stole a river once. By herself. Reply. Gork and Mork made it so that orcs can loot anything. They cannot make something their followers will not loot. Reply. They can make it so that an orc cannot loot something, but only by looting it first. Reply. But then, it is already looted by an orc because Gork and Mork are the biggest orcs there is. That is because the orcs wouldn't see their gods as anything but orcs. Spoiled reply. Not having Dr. Wily and Dr. Robotnik on the list of war bosses. That was green text. There are spoilers on TG now? I don't want to think anymore. I can totally figure out what this text says if I really, really try. And by really, really try, I mean paste into Notepad. I can't handle a second of purging TG. Also, fuck you, spoilers! That's what one of them said. They weren't very important. It's like Moot is trying to fuck with us. Next we're gonna find out we have mods again or some shit. Just watch. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking say that. And then that. /thread. At least when I capped it.